Hey guys, today I want to talk about small talks. Here in America, everyone is making small talks to everyone. This is something that I was not used to. I am still not very used to, just because it's not something that we really do in France, but it's definitely not something that we do in Denmark. And I went from, I feel like I went from Denmark to the United States, even though I was in France for 2 years in between where we were when we got married and waiting for the visa. The first time I visited the United States, I was living in Denmark and I was really into Danish culture and I felt it was my home. I felt like I belonged there and I fitted there, and not having to talk to strangers was a part of it. And I feel like the Danes are pushing a little bit because they don't really say hi to their neighbors. But I am glad that strangers in the street don't come and talk to you. So I was enjoying that, and then I came here for 3 weeks, a month, I don't remember exactly, to visit my husband, at the time boyfriend, well, soon to be boyfriend. And I took a hotel in downtown Jacksonville because I did not realize how big Jacksonville was, but I was smart enough to look at the map and took a hotel that was downtown and would allow me to walk to a few places, because I did not have a car. I was not going to rent a car for the reason that I had not driven any car for at least 10 years. And why not? Because I lived in Denmark, so, and before that for 7 years, I think, 7-8 years in Paris. We don't drive in Paris, or if you do, you're crazy. So I'm here in the United States and I'm walking around. First, my future in-laws, they were like, oh my god, what is she doing? Because I was walking to places that I probably shouldn't have been walking to, and now I don't think I would walk there again. But at the time I was just taking my map, well, like taking my Google map, and just walk around and do everything by walking. I had the whole week to keep myself busy before I could see him on the weekend. So I was just walking around, went to a museum and stuff, but I was just walking everywhere. I had to walk everywhere. I had no other way to go around. So it's unusual to be walking that much here, and also because I was always outside and always walking, I would be meeting more people than you would regularly if you just, you know, drive somewhere, go to a store, and then someone is gonna make small talks to you at that store, but then you go back in your car and you go home or wherever, so you don't have to talk to so many people. But me being outside and walking everywhere, people would talk to me all the time, and that was insane because in Denmark that would not happen. So I was in the street, people would talk to me. I would go to a store, people would talk to me. In the store, outside the store, everywhere, people would talk to me all the time. And even if it was just like 4 people that would talk to me, that was still a lot for me, who were just not used to talk to people. I have to say that after 4 days I was exhausted. I was emotionally drained. I swear it was just so tiring. And on top of not being used to just talk to strangers, I'm also not really good. I never do, and this is not something that I enjoy or I am interested in. I want stimulating conversation and stuff like that, but I don't want to talk about the weather. And now I'm someone who talked about the weather. I'm someone who talk about the days of the week just because I have to. Like when I see my coworkers or whatever, whoever I'm taking the elevator to, I feel like I have to get into that small talks game, and I have to talk about stuff where I don't even know how to talk about, because I'm really not used to do that. And it's just so weird. And also something that was very weird to me and that was really taking me aback is people here. So I'm in Florida, I'm in North Florida, but people don't say hi. They say, how are you doing? And you don't ask strangers how they are doing. This is personal, and if you ask me the question, it means you're gonna listen to my answer. But people here are not gonna listen. I mean, they don't expect you to tell the truth. They don't really want to know how you are doing. Like in Denmark, it's really something that you would ask someone and you would sit and listen to them and be really interested. Like if you ask, you really want to know, and you're here to talk about it. Here is just like we do that in France a little bit. Salut, ça va? Salut, ça va? Ça va? Ça va? You ask the question, no one really even answered the question. I mean, I didn't even know what to answer. I was like, why are you asking me how am I doing? It's just so weird. I don't know you. So I learned to say, how are you doing back? Or to say, good, how are you doing? I don't know, it's a little bit awkward, but I got into this. Now I think I have it. I do like that when you call someone, they always, you know, ask how are you doing before they start doing something. I think it's nice. It's not something that I'm used to, especially when I'm at work or whatever I'm doing. I'm very straight to the point, and I guess it can be annoying or rude to some people who work with me or talk to me. Because I'm always, hey, so what about this, what about that? And here they always, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, blah blah blah. And by the way, what about this? And you know, I guess it is nice to just, you know, take your time and not like jump at people's throat to ask them something. So I'm learning from that. Now I have my car and I'm driving around like any other American or any other person here in Jacksonville, and of course I am less likely to meet people and to have them make small talks with me. So it will happen maybe if I am in the store, and I don't mind it so much. Like it's still kind of weird when the cashier asks you, you know, I don't know, just random stuff or talk about random stuff. A lot of things are just compliments. People would tell you, oh, I love your shoes, I love your dress, I love you, and I'm always like, thank you, but it's hard to just give back, you know. I'm always still like a little bit, what am I supposed to say, what am I supposed to do? People of course talk a lot about my tattoo. They always say something about my tattoo, so I usually say thank you. I don't like though when people come and just, you know, when we start asking questions about it, like, oh, what is it? What? And it's like, that's personal. Like, I really don't know you. I really don't want to tell you my life story here in the middle of all those frozen meals. But it's usually just a nice thing. And I mean, you know, you can make a stranger's day by saying a compliment, I guess. So this is not a bad thing. It's just a little bit hard for me to get used to. But yeah, those two things, the small talks and the how are you doing, are two things that were a little bit hard for me to get used to, especially after living in Denmark and being very comfortable with their ways over there. So if you are an immigrant or an expat here in the United States, let me know what is the one thing that was really different at first and that you had a little bit of trouble to get used to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.